Yo, what's up? Here's a review for episode 1 and 2 of Atlanta. This is season 4, our final season of Atlanta, and we're kicking it off really well. So there are going to be spoilers here, and if you don't want to see spoilers, then probably watch these 2 episodes before you watch this. But man, I am so happy to have this show back, especially having a short time of being away with the season 3. Like we really got quickly back to the show, and man, these first 2 episodes just kind of brought together everything that I love about Atlanta. First of all, with the first episode of the most Atlanta, you really get a sense that they really wanted to bring these characters back to Atlanta. They're not on a European tour anymore, and you get to have fun again, just getting these experience with these characters and just the city itself and all the craziness that's going on, and plus the themes that they're bringing up. You get this episode you start kind of with Darius and that's his name, right? Darius. Yeah, Darius and him going through a store that kind of looks like Target, and him not realizing that while he's going through the store, everybody's looting the store and just going crazy. And then you got him trying to return an air fryer, and the dude won't even take it and just runs out of there with some money and stuff. So that was very hilarious, especially at the beginning. And then it ends up with this lady who's trying to stop everybody from looting, and you get her and just going crazy after just dudes just hit her with a bunch of fire extinguishers and a bunch of other stuff, and she pulls out a knife, and now she's chasing Darius with the knife. And the thing I love about this whole storyline with Darius at this episode was that it mimicked the movie It Follows. If you ever seen that, where the movie is about like a creature or a spook or specter or something that is following these group of teenagers, and it really starts following you after you get this kind of specter curse put on you and everything. So I really enjoyed his story and how he dealt with it, and just, it lackadaisical in some type of way, but also you can see the fear in him. So I really enjoyed what they're doing with that, and just that, it was simple, straight to the point, and just a fun little piece to just have with the character. And then you have a Paperboy story where there's this rapper who I think his name was Blue Blood or something like that, but Paperboy, one of his favorite rappers, passes away, and he's kind of reminiscing about him, listening to his music, and just sad overall about the rapper dying. Then he goes to a store, and it leads him onto this treasure hunt to find a bunch of things about the rapper, and just kind of scavenger hunt to where the rapper's putting things everywhere, and he's trying to figure out what's going on and whether or not even the rapper is dead or not. And it leads him to a funeral home to where he has a conversation with the rapper's wife, and he finds out he is dead, and all the stuff that went on with this episode with that. And this was very much mimicking the MF Doom's death, and just him as a person, him as a character, and just things he did when he was alive. So I really enjoyed that as well, man. I think the best part of that was that they found their own way to tell that kind of an MF Doom story of, how he handled his life and the crazy things that he did. And it was really interesting to see them do it in this certain just crazy little way. And especially when Paperboy reflecting on himself as a rapper, and just, kind of getting more of what, he wants in life and stuff like that by thinking about Blue Blood himself. So that was really interesting as well. And then lastly, you had Van and Earn, who are together going to look for a phone for Van, and I think they're in Atlantic City. I'm not 100% sure, but they're looking for a phone inside of this little like shopping center type place, and they realize that they're stuck in this time loop, and now they got to try to find a way to get out of it while they're seeing all their ex boyfriend girlfriends around and stuff like that. And people are stuck there too, and they're going crazy about it, kind of like not crazy as in attacking anything, but just not just lost basically, and mentally just stuck. And I'm not 100% sure where this reference is coming from. It feels like some Twilight Zone type shit, but I enjoyed what they did with that, especially just both of them freaking out about it and stuff like that. And just when they finally get out and end up at the funeral home with Paperboy, yes, I really enjoyed that. So yeah, that first episode, man, was so enjoyable and just had so much fun just with everything that they were doing in that first episode. Then you have the second episode, which is the Homeliest Little Horse, and for the most part, you follow 2 stories. You follow this white lady who's uh is a book writer. She lives in Atlanta and she has an affection for a black dude that's across the street from her. But she finally gets somebody who takes a look at her book, and they call her in and say they're going to give her, try to find her a book deal. And they're helping her to create her little book, telling her to, go here to get dressed and get your hair right and stuff like that. She has a conversation with her best friend and quit her job, and kind of, her best friend kind of gets at her and stuff about it and everything. And then she finally goes to push her book out there, and just craziness happens with that, where the kids hate it. They won't let her bring her dog in and stuff like that. And just, it was just really, really interesting what was going on with her story. But it coincided the story of Donald Glover's character, Earn, and him going to therapy, and you just getting all the backstory of, stuff that you already knew about him dropping out of college, but you seeing that why he dropped out of college and what was going on with everything surrounding that. That was really, really interesting, about him, a white girl taking something of his that he let her, hold on to, and he goes to get it back, and it gets him kicked out of college and everything. And then dealing with a lot of the story of just, him not feeling well, him having panic attacks, and why that's going on and stuff like that, and him thinking about moving to LA and how that's affecting him and stuff. So I really enjoyed his character overall in this episode, especially his therapist too, and just how he was talking to him, how he was dealing with it. You get Ern coming in and laying on the floor and stuff like that. But the overall, just how characters were used in this episode, and just, them realizing who they are and stuff like that. But then this episode really divulges to where you see that the white lady who just had her books shown and that go horribly wrong, ends up being, I guess, I don't know if she was a flight attendant or she was the lady that went to school with Ern, but she was one of those two things that Ern was basically getting her back. And he set all that up, and for her to get what do you call it, for her to get that book deal, for her to get it all happen and just go crazy about it, and they were all actors and stuff, and just having his pettiness just go crazy and wild for him. So everything about these two episodes was just so much fun to watch, and just so interesting, and just the way they use these characters. I just really, really enjoyed this. And hopefully Atlanta is all of this. Hopefully we don't spend too much time with, just these one-off stories that they did with last season. And hopefully we really are, focusing on these characters, and getting to learn more and see where they end up by the end of the show. That's what I really, really want out of a show like Atlanta, especially with this being the last season. So I'm hoping the best for the show. And for these two episodes, man, 4 out of 5. I'm probably even at a 4.5 maybe. But really, really enjoyed these episodes. Can't wait to watch the next two. But I'm going to have more soon for you with episode 3 and 4 review. But I'm out of here. Peace.